Hi, I'm James Ball, founder of the Interview Academy, and welcome to our series on how to answer the most common interview questions that you're ever likely to face. Today's question is, what is your biggest weakness? Okay, hands up. I personally hate this interview question, but that's not to say that it doesn't get asked all of the time, because it does. Now, personally, I've had to answer it many times right at the beginning of my career, and I can honestly say I've always struggled with it. It's only when I started in recruitment that it finally clicked in my head what the question really means. But before I tell you how you should answer it, there's something that you absolutely shouldn't do, and that's to lie. Everybody has a weakness, so don't make the schoolboy error of saying, I haven't got any weaknesses. All that's going to happen if you say that is that the interviewer will think that you're really arrogant, and it will give you an instant black mark against your name. Also, you've got to be careful not to be too truthful, because let's be honest, you don't want to go off on a ramble about how terrible you are at X, Y, and Z, because that's also not what an interviewer wants to hear. You have to be tactical. You have to select weaknesses that make you look human and not incompetent. Finally, and this is possibly the worst thing you can do, don't say some kind of cliche answer like, I'm a perfectionist, or I work too hard, or anything cheesy like that. Honestly, answers like those say nothing, and they just irritate interviewers. And I should know because I've heard it thousands of times. So that's what you shouldn't do. No lies, no awful confessions, and absolutely no cliches. So now you know that, how should you build your answer? Well, in my experience, the best answers obviously include a weakness, but the best candidates will use that weakness to reveal some positive attributes about themselves. So, briefly state your weakness, then show one or two positive characteristics about yourself that are helping you to overcome that weakness. Now, that might sound complicated, but it's really not. So, for example, you could say something like this. I'm not great at time management. I'm definitely guilty of overcommitting and trying to do too much at once, and then I often struggle at prioritising my workload, but I've been working on it over the last few months, and I found an online time management course which I personally subscribe to, and it's really starting to pay off for me. It's just helped me look at things in a completely different way, and this led to me being far more productive and focused. Now, in this example, time management is obviously the weakness, and the strengths are dedication, passion, initiative, and proactivity. You want to take some time to really show how you've improved your situation and you've become more employable because of it. The only thing to be careful of here is use an example I've just given you. If time management skills are a must for the role, then saying something like that might just shoot you in the foot. So plan your answer carefully in conjunction with the vacancy's job specification, or even the online job advert that you saw when you applied for the role. And if you haven't got either, just ask the recruiter to send them across to you in advance of your interview. Okay, that's it. If you want full details on how to answer this question and the other remaining 9 most common interview questions, then click on the link below and download our free guide, which will give you full details on what you should be saying in these questions and some sample answers. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button on this page, and there you'll find our other videos on how to answer the other 9 most common interview questions and much, much more. Good luck with the interview.